I have been, hello, hello. I have been trying to work on open source project called Lean with a company called Quant Connect. And this is an issue that I have been stuck for a few weeks. Add example algorithm with indicator volatility model, issue number 6375. So naturally, when I see that it asked the issue is about this model, so of course I searched up and found the model. Then I started digging and find out all the code that's related with the model, so that I can understand what it's going on. Also, reading the the memo and notes. And the next thing you know, one thing lead to another. It quickly, for example, let's say I want to look at current. Now there is a new document, and now if I look at the value, that would be a new document. So if I keep digging and digging, and one thing could lead to another, if I want to look at indicator data point, so you can see how quickly this can be very time consuming, and then you keep digging and to understand everything that's going on. So that's what was time consuming. After a while, I realized, maybe this would not be the best way to approach this. Maybe it will be better if I look at the examples somebody has wrote already, so that I have an idea what they're asking for. So I search for examples, and for example, this one right here. This is an example of gas and crude oil energy correlation alpha, which there are more explanations here about what exactly it does. Um, This example is also very complex because well, first it initialize this alpha model, and just the initializing part is already complex by itself because I need to look into each one of these methods and find out what exactly they do. Um, yes, there are yes, there are some notes here, but I would still like to look into the code just to, find out exactly what's going on. And also, hopefully to understand the overall idea of how the software is designed. And then quickly, this can also get very complex very quickly because for every line of code, it can, let's say this method here is this one right here. The current the current method is right here, and one thing can lead to another. Again, if we let's say there can be like constant phi model. Basically, everything here. If I want to keep digging, there are going to be a lot of things to look into. Not to mention there are multiple things here too. So each one's going to take quite some digging. Not to mention um, the alpha model here, as well as what happens here, which is on securities changed. Well, I was able to, after quite some digging, I was able to find out, okay, this means what's going to happen if there's a change in securities, which means if we add a security or we remove a security from the algorithm, what's going to happen. So this is what it does here. However, this is still too complex for me, and I don't feel comfortable writing this kind of large block of code because I feel like I still don't understand that everything that goes in there very well, and it's probably the code I write is probably not going to be very well designed. So that part was also time consuming to realize that. Then next thing I thought about, okay, maybe I can look at the past issues So instead of working on these issues, starting out by myself, maybe I can look at what people have done for the past issues to resolve them properly. So maybe I can just look at closed issues, which were also marked as good first issue. Then I could, let's say, the issue I tried to work on was asking for example. So I just search for example. Okay, nothing on this page. Maybe in the next page, let's see. Oh, here we go. So there's an example here. Oh, there's another example here. So that's how where I am right now, and I believe this would be a more efficient way to learn things by learning from other people, instead of trying to make up something myself. This is also helpful because after looking into these documents, I realized, for example, this one here, I need to write, I need to code in both C# and Python in order to resolve some of these issues. However, yes, I learned Python, but I have been heavily worked on C#. I don't think if I'm already struggling so much with C# right now, I don't think to add Python right now would be a good idea. I just want to I guess do one thing at a time, so that I can be proficient in C# and maybe start to like really be able to get employed and work on it. And Python could be something I can work on later on. So I have decided to just abandon this project and don't work on this one. Maybe pick on something else that's maybe 100% C# or don't constantly require Python as much. So that's where I am now.